Welcome back to the iDoctor UK podcast, episode number... Hold on, mate. What's up? Oh, yeah, don't forget these. You see this? Episode 29 of the iDoctor UK podcast. We've got a new toy. It's the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I've just been and picked them up literally today. A customer came in the other day and she was like, I think that she only came in just to show off these new glasses. She wasn't like a young woman or out like that. I think she was just excited to show them off and knew that I'd like them. And she came in to show off these glasses and I'm like, I need them. Anyway, time didn't permit it on Wednesday or Thursday, so it's Friday now. I've just been and bought the glasses and we've been playing around with them. And I think it's going to enhance the content that we make. It's just a lot easier. I moan about it all the time that like sometimes I don't feel like making videos, and then instances happen where I feel like I should have had the camera on, and this just eliminates that because I can just go and you can see the flashing light. I'm recording. That's it. I'm recording again. So it's just really, really handy to have, and I'm looking forward to making more videos with it. We've been at a point recently where we've been super busy. Obviously, I was in Serbia. Before that, I went to London with my family just on like a touristy little weekend. Before that, I went camping for the weekend. So the 6 weeks holidays were very, very busy. And it just meant that lots of the work, what's a little bit more difficult, ended up piling up. Now, when that happens, you've obviously got to tackle it someday soon. You get customers who start ringing you. They want the devices back. And it's just been a really, really stressful few weeks. Oddly enough, my skin's been dead clear. I suffer with like acne sometimes, and like when I'm stressed, it like really flares up. But my skin's been like very clear, so I don't know if it's the opposite. And I need to be stressed to have clear skin. So I don't know. But that's going off on a tangent. We've caught up with everything just about. We were like reviewing all the open tickets this morning, and like most stuff is from the last week. So even like more difficult stuff or more stuff what it just gets built up is caught up with now, and I just feel so much more relaxed. It's just a lot better in your head to be in that space. So the point that I'm making is that we got to a point where with the videos we were like day by day. Like every Tuesday and Friday, I release a repair video. We were at a point before the summer where we were like 4 or 5 weeks ahead, 6 weeks, 2 months ahead at one point. And that felt good because there's no pressure to record those videos. When there's pressure on it, you just don't feel like it, and it's just stressful. It's not good. And that's when I end up not making short videos, which are the ones what most people watch. We've got 140 odd K subscribers here. About 20,000 of them probably watch the long form videos, but the other 120,000 are here because of the shorts, which is fine. Whatever we watched, it's all good. But I've not been making them as much recently, and that's why, because I'm just stressed and constantly in the back with my head down. I don't have time to come through and make videos and even think about making short videos. So with these glasses, it's going to definitely help me. I went for the non-prescription ones as well, so that we could maybe try other things, like Alex could wear them or Nathan could wear them. So yeah, I'm excited to give them a try and see what creative ideas we will come up with. On that note, like talking about subscribers as well, there's an interesting situation what happened the other day. I take my little boy swimming to a swimming lesson once a week, and one of the little boys in his class, his name's Thomas. This is your shout out, Thomas. He was sat, we like usually get there 5-10 minutes before the lesson, and we were sat behind him, and he had his iPad on, and he was watching our videos on his iPad on YouTube. And then Lennon, my son, goes to him, "That looks like my dad, what you're watching there." And he got a bit awkward and a bit shy. That's how it is with kids. But then I did say that I would give him a shout out, because they were trying to work out when they were watching the podcast and trying to work out exactly where we were, but they weren't sort of familiar with this side of town. But I just thought it was really nice that meeting a real subscriber in the wild. And this week we've had loads of people in, literally loads. Last Saturday was the first Saturday that I worked for a while, and that was the same. Like we were on 3 or 4 streak of people coming in saying, "We've seen you on YouTube, we've seen you on TikTok," and it's just nice that people actually watch it. So again, I'm probably saying thank you in some kind of way. What else did I want to talk about this week? Yeah, you know what? I wanted to just go back on what I was talking about last week in the sense of there's another guy who came in. An older fellow who came in, and I apologise. I don't know if he understood it was a joke or not, but he came in, and I was ranting last week about people who come in wasting time, and this fella came in and he said, "Oh, I've seen you on podcast about talking about people wasting your time, and I think you're right to charge money for what you do." You're right, mate. So he'd said, I saw your podcast and we were talking a little bit and talking about his repair. And then I went to Nathan, oh, you don't reckon this bloke's wasting my time, do you? And I don't think that said it in a joking enough voice. And I think he thought I was being serious. But I wasn't being serious. I was just trying to be stupid and sarcastic because that's what I'm like. That was just a little joke. Just a joke. So, yeah, back on that last week. Thanks, everybody who was in support of what I was saying. I think it's right that we charge a fee. And I think we've only had one person in for a similar issue this week that I can think of. And we implemented the £15 charge. And the guy was so grateful. And he said they were best £15 he'd spent this week. So maybe it's just my own feelings what's stopping me think about that. Because I always try and deliver value. We've talked about that in the past. So offering something for free is fine. But when it's like 15 minutes of your time, it's difficult when other people are already paying for your time. So it sort of makes me worry that other people are paying for somebody else to come and moan about their SIM problem that they're having or want me to swap their SIM tray over. So that's, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to just finish off on. I did talk about stocking up for Christmas, and we really started doing that. And one of the ideas, I know this is probably teaching people how to suck eggs, but when the iPhone 16 comes out next month, it'll be a very good time to buy phones because lots of people, their contracts expire. You'll find that there's lots of people on the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 14 who have had 24-month or 36-month contracts who will be out of contracts and will be wanting to sell their phones. I usually find that the used prices dip a little bit upon release of the newer models of phone, but it will 100% be a great time to be buying devices. So utilizing things like local Facebook groups will be brilliant. We don't take advantage of them as much as we probably should, because we're already fairly well established. I've just been tagged in a post now. Let me get it up whilst I'm thinking about it. Only in Meersbrook. I mean, you guys are not going to. It was last night, and it was a iPhone 13 battery. Yeah, so I've broken my iPhone 11. They've been quoted $79.99, but they've been quoted other places. They wanted 50 quid, so they wanted to know if the £30 more was worth it. And if you look through the comments on there, cheap isn't always best. iDoctor has a great reputation. iDoctor usually have a 12-month warranty that often cheaper screen services can't match. And literally loads of people talking about us. And on that particular Facebook group, which is like the most local one to us, we get lots of people. It was Wood Seats. So there's another one which is Wood Seats. Let me dig that one up. Oh, here we go. Anyone know someone that can repair an iPhone 13 battery? Got barely any money till the end of the month, but I can't use my phone. That's sad. But look, iDoctor. Somebody said go to one on Abbeydale Road, which there's always one of them. Somebody said watch a YouTube tutorial. They'll probably watch one of my tutorials. And then a couple of other people have tagged me in iDoctor. If you're running a phone business, this is exactly what you want, because you've literally got other people advertising your services for you. So utilizing those Facebook groups for buying phones is great, but also for repair services is really good as well. So it comes down to how you interact with people and how you treat people. So your local customer base is probably the most important one to you, especially if you're not, it sounds big-headed and stuff, but if you've not got the big social media presence like we have, then your local customers are literally your bread and butter. So treat them right and they will literally advertise for you. So those free services, what I'm on about charging for, in reality, they're probably the people who have done something free for and they're advertising us or whatever. But yeah, stuff like that is absolute goldmine. So yeah, utilize the Facebook groups. I can't remember what I was talking about. So yeah, a post like when the new iPhone comes out, make sure that you post it in the Facebook group saying, look, I will buy your old iPhone for cash paid, same day, bank transfer, whatever, however you want to do it. Best prices paid will match CX prices or whatever. Remember, you don't have to say yes to every single one who comes in. And if you're feeling like, if you set yourself a budget, like I want to spend £1,500, it might be lower, it might be more on iPhones this week. You don't have to buy every single one. But if loads of people contact you, you can pick the best ones out of them. And now the best ones for us are usually ones that've got cracked camera lenses, cracked back glass, if you can repair those, or ones that could do with a battery, because you can get a relatively low price in there for it, and they'll probably take it. Somebody came in with an A53, and I was a bit low. I was lower than Music Magpie and those kind of places. I didn't really want it. So if you don't really want it, you can just use that and lowball them. It's totally up to you, and it's not unethical to lowball somebody. If you don't really want something, And you think, oh, well, to me, the value of something is only how much somebody's willing to pay for it, right? If you think, I don't really want that phone, it's not got much value to me, it's only worth 40 quid to me because I don't want it, when actually, in this instant, CEX were paying 85 quid or £100 trade-in or £100 voucher. And I'd offered him 40 quid. Music Magpie was at 55 quid, I think. It doesn't matter. The guy said no, and that's it. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But you might find that it's easier, it's more convenient for them to come down here and get rid of it, get cash quick, and then it works. Like I'd probably even say to somebody, look, you might get more money for it online, but it doesn't matter. I'm transparent and honest. It's not lowballing people to scam them. It's just if you don't want it, CEX had them for 200 quid, that A53. I know for a fact that I couldn't get 210 quid. I know I couldn't get 210 quid for it. I'd probably put it in the window at 120 to 150, and our prices are relatively low. But this is what I'm saying. You've got to price things accordingly. So just make sure that your prices are good and right. And remember, like, if somebody like looks at you a bit funny, like if you say 40 quid for a phone, you've also got a bit of movement and say, look, all right, maybe I was a bit low there. Would you take 60 for it? And if it's a case of them going into town and messing about, then they're a lot more likely to do it. So that's something else to bear in mind when you're buying devices. I'm in no way, I'm not bad at it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not the most active phone flipper guy that there is. I need to be more active with it, but I just rely on people coming in the door. I think I don't know if you'll be able to see the back edge of the poster there. Maybe we could meta it. So there's a poster here and it just says wanted, dead or alive. It's like literally it looks a bit like an old cowboy wanted poster, sort of. It gets people in, but a lot of the time it gets in Nokia 3210s and that kind of really old rubbishy phones. At first I was like accepting them and taking them in, but and just offering a couple of quid, or like say somebody brings in 3 really crap old phones, I'd say, oh look, it's not worth much to me, but here's a tenner. And I'd take them in, but I've just stuffed them in boxes and just lost money really. Maybe we'll use parts on them one day, but something like that. Get them in the Facebook groups and you will be able to buy phones very, very easily. There's an app, what you can use, it's like a scraping app. I've never used it. Somebody else recommended it to me. UK Phone Fixer recommended it, and he uses it a lot. And he can get notified when people list something on Marketplace, so that's another good thing. I think I've talked enough about flipping phones. I don't think that there was anything else that I wanted to talk to you about urgently. We discussed Germany last week. We're meant to be there. We're meant to be travelling there today, but obviously I'm still here. The weather's took a turn for the better, and I'm going to go fishing this afternoon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great week. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.